Morning. Did you sleep well? I slept like a baby. I'm almost finished getting ready. Why don't you join me on the patio? I thought we'd eat breakfast al fresco today. Come on. I never see you anymore. Ever since you turned 16, all you do is hang out with your friend T. We never get quality time together. I know you'd rather do anything than spend time with your mother, but humor me, okay? Just this one time? Good. I'll meet you outside in a minute. Here you go, dear. I made you your favorite, waffles. No, I'm not buttering you up. Well, maybe I am. Can I help it if I like to spoil you? You're all I have, sweetie. No, I'm not trying to get mushy. I just have this weird feeling that sometime soon everything is gonna change. That we won't get to be as close as we are now. Maybe that's because you're growing up so fast. All I know is that you have grown into a mature, determined individual. And I can tell you're gearing up for something. I don't usually pry. I mean, you're entitled to your privacy. But whatever it is you're thinking, whatever it is you're planning, please, just be careful, okay? I don't want to lose you. All right, enough of that. Let's just enjoy the beautiful sunshine. Just for today, let's pretend I'm not your overbearing mother. I'm just a friend or a relative. Maybe like a cool aunt. Aunt Lucy. I like the sound of that. Well, I better get to work. Don't forget to lock up behind you. And remember, I love you. Hey. Hi, Connie. Hi. My name's Evelyn. You can call me E. I work at the restaurant down the block. I don't think I've had the pleasure of introducing myself to you. Nice to meet you. Listen, I was wondering if you could do me a favor. Can you tell me why everyone seems to think the woods on the outskirts of town are haunted? It seems like every person I meet avoids it like the plague. I see. Maybe just an old wives' tale then. So you haven't seen anything suspicious or visited the woods personally? No? That's good. I mean, a young kid like you, in the prime of their life, you would do well to avoid them. They could be dangerous. In fact, I'd bet my bottom dollar that those woods are very dangerous to someone like you. I've just seen it too many times. Curious kids sticking their nose where they don't belong, meddling into that which they don't understand. And believe me, it always ends in tragedy. So take it from me, kid. Enjoy your life here in paradise with your perfect house, your perfect mom, your perfect friends, and stay out of the woods. Just some friendly advice. Catch you later. Hey, what's up? Nothing much. Just kicking it. What's wrong? Wait, you're talking about E, the former gym teacher and current waitress at the vegan restaurant? She threatened you? What exactly did she say? Weird. Well, yeah, I've spoken to her once or twice, but she mostly keeps to herself. Look, just forget about her. She's just a drag like most adults are. Listen, I don't have much time before I have to head out. Liz's brother, Charlie, he asked me out on a date. I know, right? He's such a babe. We've been IMing for a while now, and he finally asked. Well, at first we were just going to blockbuster and kick it, but he called into a radio contest and he won tickets to an Usher concert. Can you believe it? Oh, I'm so psyched. Oh, it's in New York. We're going to head out in an hour or so. Grab some dinner on the way. It's all good. He's an excellent driver. Believe it or not, I've never left town before. But if New York is anything like it seems in the movies, it's gonna be sweet. Oh, come on. Don't start that again. You're just being paranoid. I am going to be fine. Just take a chill pill. What? Oh, 5 o'clock? Why should I wait to leave until 5? Well, then we won't have enough time to grab dinner. Why are you being such a killjoy? All right, don't have a cow. If it's that important to you, I'll ask Charlie to take me to a restaurant in town. Okay. But you owe me. Now tell me, what is so important about 5 o'clock? What happens at 5? What do you mean you're going into the woods tonight? You know weird stuff has gone down in that forest. You shouldn't go there. You definitely should not be going alone. What do you hope to accomplish? Oh, this curse thing again. Listen to me. I'm your best friend, and I've spent many an afternoon and evening buried in old books or searching every corner of the internet for a way to break this curse that probably doesn't even exist. I know you think something is off about your home, this town, but believe me, it's all in your head. Okay. Well, I guess I have more time on my hands now that my date has been postponed a few hours, so if it will put your mind at ease, what can I help you research? Yeah, I remember you mentioning the green stone, but I'm telling you, I've searched for famous or powerful green gemstones, and so far, nothing has come up. Okay, I'll try again. Let's see. Nope, nothing. Maybe we need to add some more keywords. What else should I search for? Okay, I'll try green gemstone and witch. It just says green crystals are known to bring peace, healing. That doesn't sound like what we're looking for. What else should I search? Okay, I'll search for green gemstone and time. Okay, this is interesting. This website is about a legendary time stone that had the power to manipulate time. It says the stone can only be wielded by a sorcerer of exceptional ability, and it's often worn around the arm, wrist, or fingers. Yeah, like a bracelet or a ring. Now it says the time stone allows the holder to turn back time or fast forward it, but it can only manipulate a select area, person, or object. So conceivably, a person could turn time backwards or forwards in one town or for a set group of people, while the people in the next town continue to exist in reality. Let me check. Yes, it says you could send people back to a younger age or make them grow up at an alarming rate. But this page says it's just a myth. I mean, it's not real. Could you imagine someone having all of that power? They would be unstoppable. If someone stole it, let me check. Well, it warns that if a being did not possess the required knowledge or ability to use the stone and then attempted to use it, it could kill them. Or if they used it incorrectly, it could potentially result in unstable openings and breaks in the space-time continuum, or even create a parallel universe. So it sounds like a bad idea. So at the bottom of this page, it has a See Also section, and it links to an article about timekeepers. Let's check it out. So it says the timekeepers bring peace to the universe by keeping everyone on a single sacred timeline. They preserve the proper flow of time for everyone and everything. And if someone steps out of line or attempts to pervert the natural order and progression of the timeline, the timekeepers step in and they neutralize or imprison the threat. Dude, this is sounding more and more like science fiction. Let's stop. Look, don't stress about this. It's all in your head. It's just a fantasy. Please, plan something fun tonight. Go to the movies, download some music from Napster. Just don't go in the woods. You feel me? Good. Well, I better get dressed. Hang out here for a second. I'll walk you out. How do I look? Thanks. Charlie called and told me where to meet him. Wish me luck. I'm a bit nervous. Yes, I'll call you when I get back. Yes, I promise I won't leave paradise before 5. It's 4 o'clock now, so you only have an hour to do whatever it is you think you're gonna do before I leave. Just please be careful. And don't worry, everything will be okay. All right, I gotta go. Peace out. Well, well, well. You finally mustered up the courage to visit the woods. You just couldn't help yourself, could you? Was it my warning today that sparked this rebellious action? I debated whether I should speak to you today. I've left you alone for so long. I figured I'd owed you that much after I aged you back to a toddler. You don't remember that, do you? That's how I designed it. I had hoped that by letting you live your life, we could avoid this little standoff. That you'd forget about me. But alas, you couldn't help digging. The librarian told me you've been researching witches and gemstones for some time now. I knew it would only be a matter of time until your curiosity would get the better of you, and you would resolve to find an answer to that question that has plagued you for years. Is this real? Well, I don't know how to break it to you, darling, but it is. And it isn't. This town is real. The townspeople are flesh and blood. They're living their lives as best they can. There's just one tiny difference. In this town, I control the flow of time. I control what age everyone is and what time period we live in. If someone tries to leave, I send them to a universe that is of neither time nor space, so they can't discover the truth and attempt to seize control from me. Some government agencies have tried. I can sense them outside the boundaries of this town, scheming on ways to break in, but they've failed. I'm simply too powerful. They cannot even begin to fathom my powers. Most of the time, I don't need to use them. I have created a utopia inside this town, a place that anyone would kill to live in. Most live in it thankfully and peacefully, unaware that someone like me is controlling the strings. I give them a world free of conflict and strife, a world straight out of an iconic television series. What more could they wish for? But occasionally, someone steps out of line and subverts those who reside in paradise. Like you. You keep asking questions, seeking answers, never content with what I've bestowed upon you. So when you or others get too close, I send everyone to a new time period. It's as if the past never existed. We all start over, sometimes as new characters, many times with new ages, free of the burdens that we've saddled ourselves with. It's beautiful, isn't it, this little world I've created? And yet, you continue to fight me. What else can I do to make you happy? What do you want? The truth. You want the truth. Fine. Ask your questions. I have all the time in the world. Who's your mother? You're wise, darling. Maybe it's the mother-child bond that transcends illusion and time. You were right to question. The woman you live with is not your mother. She's your aunt. I believe she has even started to suspect that she's not your mom. There are some things you cannot force. Let's talk about your mother. She got too close and had to be disposed of. What's your next question? My powers? I have many. I will not discuss with you how I manipulate time. I am not that naive as to let you in on that little secret. But that is not all I can do. I have had centuries to hone my skills. I can conjure things that you could only dream of. Like this. Or this. or this. It's not that difficult to a classically trained witch. Perhaps I could teach you, if only you would give up control. I have tried to stay away, but I feel myself drawn to you. You're a fascinating child. I see great strength and promise in you. Perhaps if I age you back again to a baby, I can raise you myself. Maybe then you will let go and stop fighting me. What? Agreed. I will teach you one spell before I turn back time. It's the least I can do. Okay, hold out your hand. No, like this. Here, let me help. Okay, put your hand out. Hey, what are you doing? That's my ring. Kid, give me back my ring. I don't want to hurt you. You're a clever child, I'll give you that. Tricking me into getting close so you could steal my ring. But you have no idea what you're dealing with. That is a powerful gemstone, and one you should not trifle with. Put it down. You're not strong enough to wield its power. No, what are you doing? No, don't touch it. Okay, honey, listen up, because we don't have much time. Let's go over the plan once more. At 900 hours, we will reach the town of Paradise. We'll enter the town and locate my sister Lucy. Her husband Ronnie has had zero communication from her since she left for New York last year. We believe she entered the town on her way to Manhattan and got stuck. Our drone cams have indicated that the town is situated in the 1950s, so these costumes should allow us to fit in. We will run our usual assessments, make sure Aunt Lucy is okay, and then ferret out how much she knows about what has happened to her and where or when she is. Now this is important. We cannot let on that this time period she's living in, whichever time it's in, is not normal. It could seriously upset her. It would also clue in the person responsible for this that we know we're onto them. We still know very little about who is controlling this town and preventing anyone from leaving. The plan is to infiltrate and investigate the townsfolk and figure out the cause of this phenomenon. But we must be careful and vigilant to anything suspicious. Whoever is controlling this town must be very powerful. If they discover that we're undercover agents for Sword, there's no telling what they might do. Sweetheart, you've been chosen for this mission because you're the best junior agent we have. You've excelled at every training, test, or challenge we threw at you. You're ready to work in the field. I'm so proud of you, sweetheart. You know, when you were born, I remember turning to your father, may he rest in peace, and telling him, this one is going to be special. This one is going to save the world. He thought I was crazy at the time, even reckless to enter you into the Sword Junior Training Program at such a young age. But I knew you were special, that you had the talents, the smarts, and the resolve to excel. And here you are. Don't be afraid, sweetheart. We will succeed. We will save these people and stop the threat. because we will be doing this together. Hey, come back here. What have you done? Give me the ring, or you'll kill us all. What's that? Oh no, it's them. Evelyn Fee, known as E, we are the Time Variance Authority. You are guilty of multiple crimes against the sacred timeline. We have been hunting you for decades, but it appears you have been using some cloaking device that prevented us from perceiving the multiple violations you were guilty of. Until this one attempted to use the time stone and managed to skew the timeline so to catch our attention. What is your name, child? Well done. In any other situation, you would also be charged with crimes against the timeline. But in this instance, we will let it pass, for it appears you did so with good intentions. But you will need to give us the stone. It should have never been in the possession of this witch. Don't worry, she can't hurt anyone anymore. Evelyn Fay, you are now a time prisoner and will be taken to TVA headquarters for interrogation and sentencing. Well done, kid. I underestimated you. We will meet again. You're a worthy foe, but maybe in time we could be partners. With your smarts and my powers, we could rule the world. Take her away. Well, kid, this is the end of the road. In a few minutes, this timeline will be pruned. Don't worry, the inhabitants of this town won't feel a thing. They will continue to exist within the sacred timeline. They will live the lives they were meant to live. As for you, we have our orders to escort you to Sword headquarters, where you will meet up with your handler, John Lee, and your mother for debriefing. Of course, we retrieved your mother from the alternative universe that E imprisoned her in. She's waiting for you and eager to have you home. I'm sure you will have a lot to catch up on. Well, we better get going. What? Your friends? Your aunt? As I mentioned, they will return to their original timelines, which, besides your aunt, will not coexist with yours. In any other case, you will be considered a variant and pruned, but because of the special arrangement we have with Sword and Shield officers, who sometimes cross paths with us, we will allow you to retain these memories and return to your original timeline. Any other questions? You want to know what will happen to your friends? I really am not supposed to reveal this information, but as this is a special case, I will oblige, with the promise that you will never attempt to contact these people aside from your aunt. Agreed? We have ways of checking to make sure they're following the rules, you know. Okay. Well, what can you remember about your aunt? I see. It appears E has really messed with your memories. Let me catch you up to speed. She is your aunt, not your mother. Your Aunt Lucy was a ballerina in her youth, but after an injury in her early 20s, she retired and went to work as a fashion designer. She met her husband Ronnie at a fashion show and married him right around the time you were born. She and your father were very close before your father was killed in the line of duty. She was traveling to New York to showcase her new collection when she passed through Paradise and presumably got stuck. In the sacred timeline, she'll take another route and reach New York safely. I see a few other people you interacted with that skewed the timeline. Let's start with your friend Tamra. She becomes a nature photographer and travels the world. She lives a very exciting and fulfilling life in her 20s. She settles down in her 30s and has 4 children. Her friend Liz becomes a very successful R&B singer and artist. Susie Sims, she goes through a rebellious period in her youth, gets busted for a B&E. But it looks like she turns her life around with the help of her sister Eddie and her mother Connie. They go into business together, running a jewelry store. Connie runs the business, Eddie works the counter, and Susie makes the jewelry. Finally, little Marcia Connors. She, unfortunately, is a sad case, runs away from home, and is never heard from again. So now you know, and hopefully you can put this time to rest. Your mission was successful. You have freed the townspeople and helped us catch a very dangerous criminal. Now, it's time to go home. Your real home.